Today is November 21st, 2024. This is Anna King with World Watch News. The International Criminal Court, ICC, has issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and top Hamas officials, accusing them of war crimes in relation to the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict. This historic decision targets both sides of the war, alleging crimes against humanity and violations of international law. The charges against Netanyahu and former Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant focus on accusations that Israel used starvation as a method of warfare in Gaza by blocking essential supplies like food and medicine. The ICC judges stated there are reasonable grounds to believe the two leaders intentionally deprived Gaza's civilian population of resources critical for survival. Israeli officials have categorically denied these allegations. Meanwhile, Hamas commander Mohammed Deif faces charges stemming from the October 7, 2023, attack on Israel, which killed 1,200 people, mainly civilians, and led to the abduction of over 250 individuals. The ICC accuses Deif of involvement in acts of murder, torture, and hostage-taking that amount to war crimes. Israel claims to have killed Deif in an airstrike, though Hamas has not confirmed his death. The conflict has caused immense devastation in Gaza, with the Palestinian Health Ministry reporting over 44,000 deaths, the majority women and children. The ICC's warrants could further isolate Netanyahu and Gallant internationally, even though Israel and its ally, the United States, do not recognize the court's jurisdiction. Human rights groups hailed the ICC's move as a critical step toward accountability. The warrants come amid broader legal disputes involving Israel, including accusations of genocide at the International Court of Justice. Israeli leaders maintain that their actions in Gaza are a legitimate defense against Hamas, which they blame for initiating hostilities and committing atrocities. Despite the ICC warrants, enforcement remains a challenge. The court depends on member states to arrest suspects, as it lacks its own policing mechanism. This situation mirrors that of Russian President Vladimir Putin, who remains free despite an ICC warrant over alleged war crimes in Ukraine. The warrants, however, significantly limit travel options for Netanyahu and other implicated officials, as some nations, including France, have signaled they might act on the ICC's decisions. This development underscores the growing legal and diplomatic challenges facing Israel and Hamas amid escalating humanitarian and political crises in the region. This is after Pope Francis' call for an investigation into allegations that Israel's actions in the Gaza Strip may constitute genocide, according to a report by the Italian newspaper La Stampa. Speaking in an upcoming book titled Hope Never Disappoints, Pilgrims Towards a Better World, the Pope urged a thorough examination of the situation in Gaza to determine whether it meets the legal criteria for genocide under international law. The book is set for publication in Italy on Tuesday. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OCHA, recently reported staggering casualties in the ongoing conflict, with over 43,000 Palestinians and 1,700 Israelis killed as of November 5, 2024. The majority of Palestinian deaths, according to a UN analysis, are women and children, accounting for approximately 70% of verified fatalities during a 6-month span, ending in April. The conflict intensified following Hamas' October 7, 2023, assault, which targeted civilians and sparked Israel's military offensive. Israel's actions, including widespread bombardments in Gaza, have led to accusations of war crimes and potential genocide. In December 2023, South Africa brought a case against Israel before the International Court of Justice in The Hague, alleging genocide. Additionally, the International Criminal Court has sought arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, and Hamas leaders for their roles in the conflict. This follows a wave of international scrutiny and calls for accountability in what has become one of the most devastating wars in the region's history. Thanks again for tuning in. This is Anna King. Subscribe and stay informed.